Guys, we have such a good episode in store for you today. Like, I can't even say enough good things about it.
Yeah, welcome in. This is just a catch up in a way, but it's also more than that. We talk about the holidays. We talk about the let them theory. We talk about, just like ways and like showing up, being grateful, being excited for the end of the year.
We give you some tips too of like how to deal with stress around the holidays and dealing with family. And it was just a really nice organic conversation. If you make it all the way to the end, we also give out a little discount code for Abby's course that we've been promoting.
Yes. So stick around to that. Nina, this episode actually really helped me to get centered because I've been having some anxiety about the holidays and traveling,
Same.
and I feel so much better. Like, I want to call Connor and tell him what we talked about because, yeah, I feel much better. I feel really excited for the little things of the holidays are the best things. So, yeah, I think it could get you guys excited. It could get you centered. And it's like, all the good stuff, all the best time of year.
Yeah, I agree with you. It really did put things in perspective of like when we were just talking about like the nostalgia of it all, like towards
Yeah.
the end, it was just like put things into perspective of like really it is what you make of it, and two, like lean into all the good parts that are to come. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel really good about talking about that, and just very grateful.
Yeah. It
Feeling
was
the
nice.
gratitude, people.
Me too. It was nice to mix it up and do something a little different and have like stuff to look forward to the next few weeks. So
I love it.
thanks.
Well,
Thanks for listening, guys.
yep, we hope you guys enjoy.
Let's catch up. What's new since the last time we pod? I don't know what that day that was, but
Well, I don't know how, but something is going around sickness-wise,
yes.
and we're getting it through the internet. And that's what I'm convinced now, because we've had a coworker who lives in Australia who's like she works with Emma Hayes Textiles and Beast, name is Danny.
Yeah.
And she got sick with something. I got sick with something. I'm in Atlanta. And then Caroline just got sick with something, and it was all the same symptoms. So
And two of my friends got sick within the same week as me here, and we never saw each other.
yeah, all that to say, like, protect yourselves, people. Something's going around.
Honestly, go, don't wash your hands in a bathroom and just like get it so that you get it right now before Thanksgiving. Because it is good to get it before.
No, you're right. It's coming for you, so get strategic with it.
Yeah, and like the good news is it's not the flu, but it is a super cold where like you're going to be out for 24 hours, 48 hours.
It's going to require rest.
Yeah.
Which was something, and every time I get sick, I know it's my body being like, hey, you need to just like pump the brakes a little bit, Chica, and just like relax. And I'm always like, I try to honor that, but then like the little mouse in the head that's just like, keep going.
That mouse wants to run.
I know.
He's
what
like,
is
let's
that?
fucking go. That's I'm like, we're potting today because I couldn't the last 2 days because I was down. I was down.
It just is what it is. I mean,
and
that's like, you gotta be flexible with these things. Like, you have goals, you have trajectories, you have things that you want to accomplish, and life's gonna life, and you just gotta roll with those freaking punches.
Yeah, we're pretty good at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one punch after the other. So what else? Like, what about?
I know, it's true.
We would just be paralyzed.
I know. We would just be gone. We would just be dust.
Literally. What else? What other options are there?
I know. So you're feeling better? I'm on the cusp, but
yes, I'm feeling much better. If anything, I've had like weird headaches and stuff recently, but it's just because I'm dehydrated. I just really bad at drinking water, which is like very unlike me.
But it's when it gets cold. Who wants to drink water? I noticed that about myself yesterday.
Yeah, I like a room temperature water in the cold. And none of my water is room temperature. I know. Gotta warm up those vocal cords. But yeah, that's all of my own doing. And then also drinking too much coffee. Just some self-destructive habits that I'm not willing to break.
I know. Just the name of the game. I had an interesting weekend. It rained here hardcore for the first time, and we've had a little rain like one or two times since the fires, but like barely, like a day, a half a day, a sprinkle, not a lot. Like probably not even a full inch maybe an inch, but like not 2 inches in the last year, which is crazy. So we got our 5 inches, maybe 4, 3. I don't know. Wait, we got a lot in 4 days.
So you got to be like sick and resting.
Yes.
In a rainstorm.
Yes. But I want to say it was interesting. I know. I want to say it's interesting psychology. I wanted to bring it up because like this is kind of deep, but in LA when it's sunny every day, which it wasn't when I first moved here. So this is a new revelation to me in the last year that like there are a lot of sunny days. It's really hard to be sad when it's sunny. Yeah. And I think there's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
And I've been doing a lot of introspective work, like overkill, of like looking inward since my camp this summer. And
I feel that on the overkill. I do.
Yes. Yeah. A little overkill, like a little bit of like too much looking inward, too much trying to break things down, too much. Okay. And it's a lot of it's like writing in the head, talking to you, talking to people, talking to my friends from the thing. And, something I learned there is that with these thoughts and awareness of things, you also need to like feel them, especially if they're negative or you're grieving something or whatever.
Totally.
It all came out in the rainstorm.
Oh,
like
no.
I became a storm cloud. Like I cannot describe it. It was kind of dark. Like I'm not trying to be like too dark here for the listeners on a Wednesday, but like I felt so sad. I felt so whatever, but I just needed to feel sad. I just needed to cry, put on some movies. And it was weird. It was like being sick and the weather was so intensely rainy for 4 days that like you couldn't escape it. It wasn't like I couldn't walk the dog. I couldn't like, it was so much intensity. And the Scorpio moon was right before, like it was a lot. So I feel like I couldn't have even potted with you even if I wasn't sick, because I would have been on here saying some shit I would really regret.
Well, now I feel like I missed out.
I know, but
no, I feel that. I feel
do
that.
you feel that?
Yeah, I think sometimes you just need to be like, you just need to lean into like all your doom and all your gloom and just like see how deep the well can go.
Yeah, and I think the seasons do that for us.
No, 100%.
And without the real seasons here, like the leaves will change. It's beautiful, but it's still 75 and sunny, and you're kind of like, what's happening? Like I was at the beach in the fall, and you're kind of like getting a tan, and you're kind of like, this doesn't really do what fall is supposed to do for your soul.
Well, so and that's also like because of how we grew up, and like I'm over here experiencing, you know, all the seasons still in Atlanta, but like we get such clear distinctions of seasons. And my mood is in sync with that. My level of like socialness is in sync with that. My level of introspection versus taking action, like all of that. I mean, when it comes to January, February, like there's gonna be some different sides of myself.
But and I'll still get that a little bit here, because it will get cold enough where like in like gloomy, even if it's not raining. So I'll get it a little bit, but like I do think there's something really healthy about like the seasons, probably especially for kids, and like the processing of like the evolution of your self and your emotions that like maybe California can't give you as much. And this was the first time I really noticed it, because it was so pent up and there was so much in there. Like I'm not someone that just like randomly cries. Even if I feel sad, I really like stuff it down and disassociate. And I'm just kind of like, I'm good all the time. That like, I wish I had that experience more, so that when I did have it, it wasn't like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I get that like monthly with like my cycle. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like a little bit. But like
I wish it was more, honestly.
I mean, it feels good. It feels
good. It
does. Just to like let it.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with it, but it feels wrong.
And I found too that's like when you're in that mood of like you feel a little depressed or like you're just down, and you just let yourself, like no expectations, just let yourself like ride it out, you bounce back a lot quicker than if you're like ignoring it or denying it, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think if you stuff it down, then it comes in a wave where then you do feel bad about it, because you're like, I should not be in this for this long. You start to feel guilty. But if you just like,
why is there so much shame involved with just like feeling a little down?
I don't know. That's one of my realizations.
I don't know. I mean, I feel you.
You know?
It's like if it's an afternoon, then I'm chill. But if it like kind of like goes longer than that, I'm like, something's going on here. But I've never been like actually diagnosed with any depression or ever taken meds or anything like that. So I don't even, I mean, I think
I easily could have though.
Yeah.
I easily could go to a doctor, tell them what I have going on, how many days, and they'd be like, here you go, sweetie. Like, no doubt. No doubt. I'm not
that's kind of how I feel too.
I'm not
self-diagnosed.
Self-diagnosed. I'm not trying to say like, I think there's all these different clinical things, and like different people you speak to have different versions of everything. So I'm like not saying it to be funny, but like in a way I'm kind of like, I don't know, you know?
Like if I'm talking to someone who's like on depression meds and they're like going through, like we're relating on every topic. You know what I mean?
I'm like, I get you too much.
Like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, whatever. And that's just part of it. Like everyone just embrace it. Let's just embrace, if you gotta be sad, you gotta be sad. It's just like
that's my
the
message.
only time, and I feel like the only time it's like if you were like super sad this weekend and then it like all of a sudden if it starts bleeding into like you in your day-to-day in the sense of like your responsibilities and
yeah,
you know
there
what I'm
is a
saying?
capping point on it.
There,
Okay.
yeah,
Mine
like,
was like in tune with me being sick. So even yesterday, I was like, I'm not quite out of the funk by noon on a Monday, but like by 1, I was like, I pulled myself out of there.
but you
Like,
notice consistent, like it got better.
yeah, it did. It did.
So
It got better. It
So
got better and better.
I think that's something to note. Like if you're in a situation where you're
It's
noticing
not getting better.
not getting better, things are getting worse, you're unable to
Yes.
do basic things like hygiene, going to work, like basic like self-care
Yes.
things, like just like a basic adult things. I don't know if that's the right word, but I
Mhm.
think that's a danger zone.
Yeah.
So
This
just
was like 3 days of it, and then I turned a corner, and then I felt relief because that feels like I got it out,
yeah.
opposed to it being stuck in me.
Yeah. Was it a Scorpio full moon? Because I had a pretty
Uh-huh.
emotional weekend as well.
Oh, last week.
Yeah, I just had, like, a lot of realizations
It
and
was a big no, it was a Taurus Scorpio full moon, so our house was lit up.
my god, Caroline.
I know.
So many things make sense. I will not be sharing my
I
breakthroughs
know.
on
I
the internet
know.
because they were a little deep, but, like,
Same.
I had some moments. I had a couple good cries,
Same.
actually.
And we're going into Jupiter retrograde, which means it's like well, we started Mercury too, but the Jupiter is until March, and it's supposed to be like, I don't know, you can look it up. There's all this stuff about like the mother inside all of us and like motherly ideals, and like it was very interesting. It was about like it's kind of like coming to terms with like your true self and
Mm.
nurturing yourself and all of these things that were really beautiful. So the next however many months that is, 5 months, we're going to be in some Jupiter cycle of like shedding things, and it's a good one. It's a good one to look up and just kind of like read what it's about.
It sounds nurturing. Like,
Yeah.
nurturing the
Uh-huh.
like, maybe the parts of yourself that don't
Don't normally get
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Get your attention.
Well, and you know
So,
what? We could be using a lot more of that energy, especially going
mhm.
into the holidays, you know, if you know what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yes, we're about to come up on Thanksgiving break, and Christmas, which is always an interesting time for probably a lot of people, good and hard. So, yeah, everyone buckle in and take our unsolicited thoughts and advice on this because,
Yeah, I mean, it's just like when you're I don't know, holidays are interesting to me and I'll give my spiel on like how this was like brought up to me
yeah.
that I just gave to you. So I was thinking about the fact that like it's like, you know, every year, the beginning of the year, you know, you like set goals for yourself and then you put yourself on a trajectory and there are things that you want to change and things you want to adapt. And like if you're just kind of on this like growth mindset journey that we're on, not necessarily tying it to like a timeline, but it's just interesting that this mindset always kicks in right after the holidays.
Mhm.
But like, so you're on this growth mindset, you're, you know, you're doing all these things, you're changing. And then it's almost like all the change and stuff that you made get put to the test at the end of the year with the
Mhm.
holidays
Uh-huh.
because you're thrown back directly into the same dynamic that created you in a sense, created your personality and you're this and you're and it's almost it's like this is like where like I put things to the test of like, am I really about the things I say I'm about? Have I really changed much? Like, you know, and it just because of the holidays coming up, I always get like a little bit of like nervous energy.
Yeah.
Um, not even, like, towards anyone negatively, like, nothing like that. I just, especially this year, feel like this, like, very much a 2.0 version of myself,
Mhm.
where I was, like, something I've been, like, looking forward to and, like, working towards. And now we're going into, you know, seeing all the extended families and seeing everybody, and it's one of those things where I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to put this new version of myself to the test and like see how I respond differently to family dynamics." Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I think
Just a
that
very
could be
interesting
one.
thing to think
No,
about.
I think it could be one of the more genius things you've ever said. Truly, like I'm
What?
serious. Yeah. I think that the camp that I went to this summer, and keep calling camp, the retreat I went to this summer.
One day you're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, one day I'll talk about a whole episode. I want
For
to have
now,
one of
it's
my friends on it because she's also an entrepreneur, that went there
yes.
with us.
Okay, we'll get that
Yeah,
next year.
yeah, season 2. So to piggyback off this, so you learn all these things about yourself and mostly the negative things about yourself you don't like, and you want to change them.
Mm-hmm.
And and you feel high as hell when you leave. You're like, I'm a changed person. I feel amazing. I can do this. I am this person. You literally feel like a different person. So cool. But they tell you, like, you're going to get thrown into a situation, and like, this thing is still inside of you. It is who you are, in quotes, even though it's not who you are. It's the thing you've been doing for 20 years. It's the thing you've been doing for 50 years. It's the thing you've been doing your whole life,
Mm-hmm.
that you are going to knee jerk react in that way. So if your thing is to be defensive, and that's the thing, you're just like, I know I'm defensive. So you have the awareness of it. And you're like, you go there and you like, get that awareness to a point of really believing you can change it about yourself, because you're so admitting this thing, this flaw, and hard part about your personality. The only way to actually become not defensive anymore is to be in enough situations where you practice not being defensive.
Yeah, because like if you're in a perfect environment, like
You're
you need
not
that,
gonna be you're not gonna need to be defensive.
but it's like you need that like spirit camp. You need that perfect environment to be in this completely neutral setting to like
Yeah,
bring
feel
everything to the
safe.
surface, right? Like
Yes.
you need that to like it kind of it makes it go quicker. Like if you were just in therapy once
Yes.
a week, it would be one thing. But like
Yes.
when you were like put in that situation, but it's like an addict going to rehab.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm not an addict. I actually don't know any addicts. I don't know anyone who's been to rehab, but just based off of what I have
Can
seen and watched
assume or
Nurse
guess.
Jackie.
Yeah.
But an addict going to rehab, they put you like in a perfect environment, and then you kind of get a big head of like, I got this. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know what all my triggers are. Da da da. But yeah,
Yeah.
then you get thrown back into an environment where it's like they're the people that like even put the triggers there type thing.
Yep.
And this could
Yep.
be like even like in like a very healthy family dynamic. Like I'm kind of like speaking on a spectrum here. I'm sure
Yeah, it's
like
not totally. It doesn't have to be like this dark thing. It's just like the fact that factually we revert to our childlike version when we're home, which is actually a beautiful thing. Like, especially
sure.
during the holidays, if you loved holidays growing up,
Yeah.
and you have a lot of special memories, that should be happening. It's a break in life, and it's this joyous thing, and it should be childlike. But if there are dynamics that you've grown out of and you don't want to be in them, it is really hard. It's like the one time where it's like you're kind of stuck in the environment for a certain amount of time. You have choice. You can go on a walk, you can leave, you can like do things, but like, you got to
Yeah.
go to the cocktail party, and then you're going to watch a movie, and then you're going to get up and you're going to go. It's just like a lot of family time concentrated. It's not a normal thing that happens any other time of the year, to your point.
Right.
So you're like doing this full cycle through the year of like, even if you're not like in the hardcore self-help books or like having the year me and you have had, which has been a lot of growth, we could still fast forward to like when let's say we're 37, and like the year's just a normal year. We got kids, we're doing all normal things. We're not reading Mel Robbins. We're not doing any of that. We're still gonna feel in 10 years from now, when we go to a family holiday thing, we're still gonna feel this like sense of like, oh wow, remember that dynamic? It's right here, right in front of me. Like, and it's just can be tough.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I don't know, let's break it down of talking like, okay, if hypothetical of like if your family causes you like how to deal with stress, maybe.
Yeah.
And like
Or
maybe we can
anxiety.
yeah, of like going up and having to be around all the family. And that could be stress and anxiety from anything. Listeners, you put your own situation in this, but maybe
Yeah.
just talking about like what to do, like dealing with that, like a mindset maybe around that could help. And I
Mm-hmm.
can talk about this too. But
Yeah. Well, what do you think? I mean, I'm all about things I can control. I don't know if
yeah,
that's just what popped in my head. Because there's a
absolutely.
lot of what you can't control when you're in someone else's house, when it's their holiday spread, when it's their series of events, when it's a bunch of people coming in that you wouldn't maybe invite to the party if you were hosting it. There's a lot of things you can't control.
Yeah. I don't
So,
know. I feel like mindset plays a big role of it.
mhm,
Um, and it's kind of like, I don't know, I always have the mindset of like, first of all, I speak a lot of like positivity into the situation. Like, I'm going to be able to see all my favorite cousins. I'm
mhm.
like going to be able to like have a
Focus on
drink.
the
Yeah, like have a drink with
mhm,
one of my older cousins and like catch up on her life. It's going to be great to see, the different family members that I don't get to see all the time. But it's also kind of like opening, like, it's also like, I know I don't vibe with this person. So, like, it's okay to have minimal conversation points, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
your energy needs to be protected above, maybe trying to make other people comfortable.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
And I
that.
and I think a lot of it too is, like, okay with being misunderstood.
Mhm.
Like, if I'm done and I need to leave early and someone's upset about that, like, that used to really bother me because, like, of course, like, there's, like, a lot of me wanting to, like, please, the people that you grow up with and things like that, and I can speak to that personally of just being, like, having, like, I hit limits and then I gotta go, and then it's
Yeah.
like, that's all I had to offer, and that's okay.
Yep.
And if I can't go, I'm gonna have another drink. No, I don't recommend that.
No,
But,
no, I mean, you
but,
gotta do what you gotta do.
soften the blow a little bit.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. So from what I got, so really a mindset shift of like focusing on the positive things because there's positive things in any situation.
Yeah, put your energy towards the
Yep.
positive things, like, don't, like, still be aware of the whole context, but, like,
Yeah, you don't
putting
have
your
to be
energy.
toxically positive, but I think putting your
Yeah,
energy, especially
towards
before
the.
you show up, I would
Mhm.
add something I learned this year, which has been really great, is like if you're on a plane or a car to go wherever you need to go, long plane ride, short plane ride, long car ride, short car ride, just takes 5 minutes. You close your eyes, put on headphones, and visualize the event going really well.
I love
So
that.
visualize like the dinner and like the type of conversations you would have, and visualize yourself being like confident to start a conversation or like thinking of the things that you want to share. Or if that's too intimidating and you're like not feeling very outgoing, and visualize yourself being a really good listener. Because most
Oh,
people
I
just want to
love
talk
that.
about themselves anyways.
So
So
true.
if you want to take the pressure off yourself, you can just be like, "Okay, Sally is really annoying me lately. I am just gonna do like my best job ever listening to her for 15 minutes. I can do anything for 15 minutes and I'm gonna like give her eye contact and be really sweet and like visualize yourself doing that. And then you know what? You're gonna say, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm gonna go get another cocktail or a piece of cake. Do you want one? And then, you did your dues. You paid your dues. Move on to the next thing.
I
But you
love that.
but if you get shut down in the anxiety of just not wanting to deal, something your girl over here does, she avoids. She just avoids, comes up
Yeah.
with a lot of reasons not to do it. Sometimes that's necessary too. I don't know. We don't know everyone's situation, so you got to do what's best for you. Every year is different, but I do like the visualization thing. I like your mindset of like thinking of the positives, listing all the positives off to yourself. Other thing is that like, let's say you're somewhere for 5 days. Um, and it's just a lot of stimulus and you're overwhelmed.
You're out of your space.
You're out of your space, whatever. Me saying that do the things you can control, I mean like very small. So like creating your same routine you do at home. Like bring your stuff, like bring your matcha kit, bring your whatever, your gua sha. Like don't skimp on any of that because those are the things that can like I think ground you and make you feel like you're in control. You also can like again always leave the house, go for a walk. You can go to a movie by yourself. Like you're not the pressure everyone puts on themselves to like be together 24/7 for the 5 days is ridiculous. Like once you become an
I
adult,
agree.
you
Yeah.
can like go take a break. You can also be like, "Oh my god, we need potatoes." Like, "I got it. I'm going to go get them." Like it's a great opportunity. You will feel better. Once you go to the store and come back, you will feel better.
Yeah, and I think, like, I don't know if we've ever, like, directly talked about boundaries, but, like, very much talked about. I'm sure everyone knows what they are. But just to reiterate, like, a boundary is meant to fill you up, not necessarily stop someone from doing something.
Yeah,
So, like, a
exactly.
boundary is a moment of taking a step back and being like, the mindset I have around boundaries is like, the people I love, my family, my friends, they deserve the best version of myself. I need to do things and, put lines in the sand for things that like help support me being the best version of myself.
Yep.
And like sometimes that can be disappointing to people because people have expectations and da da da.
Mhm.
But I think really knowing yourself and like knowing what you like and what you don't like, especially if you've been on a year like we've been of just doing a lot of reflection and growth and noticing things here and there. Like I know I know I don't have a long social battery. Like I'm not gonna be able to like hang and be a good time for a long period of time.
There you go. Exactly. It doesn't
And it's
even have
like,
to be like anything's wrong. It could just be
no.
your truth.
And it's like for me, it's like I usually have like a 2 to 3 hour time limit before I'm like,
Mhm.
I did my rounds, I talked to everybody, you know, I had fun, I did the thing, and then, you start coming down from it, and you're like, "Okay, before I actually turn into a bitch to people, I should probably pull myself out of the situation.
Yep.
Keep it kosher."
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, like, quit while you're ahead. That's all. That's kind of the message of everything at this point, because it is, like, this pressure of, like, extending yourself so much, and I just feel like we're not little kids anymore, and we're allowed to be like,
And
"I'm gonna go do my thing for 2 hours."
that's another thing, especially in my 20s, has been, like, this, like, discovering this adult version of myself,
Uh-huh.
and, of course, to, like, my aunts, my uncles, like, my parents, like, older family members and things like that, like, they know me, they will always know me as, like, the kid Nina, and, like, fair, like, I get it. It's not, like, no hard feels, but it's, like, as I'm trying to, like, navigate this adult version of myself and then bring this version to myself to these events and things like that,
Mhm.
there can just be, like, and it's no fault to anybody, but, like, if you view someone as a kid or, like, view someone as, like, not an equal, you're gonna, like, maybe talk down or maybe look down to them or not respect them as an adult in the room type
Yeah.
thing, and
Yeah.
I'll sense some of that, and again, no hard feels, like, I get it, but it's one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to navigate this adult version of myself, and then the only time this adult version of myself, like, truly gets tested is, like, once I'm in a situation where people are expecting this, like, childhood
Yeah, for you to
version.
revert back, because it would make them
Mhm.
more comfortable. This is all in, like, good intention, but I think a lot of times too, when you don't see people for really a long extended period of times, they're not like, you're not, like, checking in all the time, you're not, like, calling on all these occasions, so you see them once a year, and it is, like, sweet and loving or whatever, but, like, they don't know what's up or what you've grown into, so they kinda just, like, ask the same thing every time, and you're kind of like, "Okay, like, how much energy do I want into put like, updating this person, or do I kinda just let this be what it is?" And I think that, like, if you are a deep introspective person and you are growing a lot, it's hard to live in that, like, this is can just be what it is, and they see me as little Nina, and it just feels hard to, like, live in that because it's not who you are anymore.
Totally.
But, like, it's a little easier sometimes to just, like, not stay in it, but, like, just kind of be aware of what's happening and just, like, chill about it and just be like,
That's
right?
yeah.
Accept
Well,
accept that
that's,
maybe
like
this person's not gonna, like, wanna dig in with you and ask you a bunch of actual,
exactly.
current, interesting, um, like, questions that would, like, provoke this, like, great conversation, you know?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of, like, coming to peace with the fact that, like, it's first off, it's okay to be misunderstood. Caroline and I feel like I have to say that to myself in the mirror every day. That
I
part of myself
mean,
has gotten a lot better though since doing
I
this
struggle with
because
it hardcore.
I mean, true, but, like, it's like you can still be on this, like, amazing growth trajectory, and you don't need to prove that to anybody. That's what I was trying to get to. You don't need
Yes.
to prove that to anybody just
Mhm.
because you're getting thrown in the old dynamics. Maybe you get triggered, maybe you say something, like, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
It
Correct.
but
Correct.
it
It's
can
exactly. It's not
right.
that deep. It's not that deep, but if you are a deep person, it's hard to sit there and be like, "It's not that deep."
Sure. So that exactly. There's gonna be two little sides of yourself, like, fighting
And
that.
and I would say there's things that fill you up and drain you, and you have to find the line of, like, letting yourself be drained a little bit and then finding the things that fill you up, and
Exactly.
that's on you. That's your responsibility to not drain yourself to a point where then you resent the situation, but also accept a little bit that you're not gonna have every single thing go the way you want. So it's
Yeah.
riding the line.
I mean, this is the Mel Robbins let them theory.
I know, which,
But you just I
again,
like how you
have
just
you
put it
read it?
though. No, but I listened to the podcast that you sent me, the
That I
Dax
sent you?
Shepard
Okay.
one. Mhm.
So um someone left it with me when they were visiting, maybe within the last year, like, not
Mhm.
that soon after it had just come out, and a lot of my girlfriends had read it, and I listened to enough of her episodes, so I was like, "Sure, whatever." So I've started it, probably read half of it. So solid, so down. I need to finish it. Um, I really like hearing her talk about it, maybe
Yeah.
because 'cause I'm not, like, the biggest reader all the time, and specifically the episode I sent Nina, guys, is Dax Shepard, who's got Armchair Expert, which is something I listen to all the time, had her on talking about it, and, um it resonated now that I'm 6 months or 9 months past when I first opened it up. There's even more hitting me of how brilliant it is. And the brilliant part of it is not even let them, because once you get older, you just accept that you have to let people be who they are. I mean, you do eventually get to that point. The brilliant part of it is the let me part.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I need to keep reading it, because I don't think I got enough into let me. I was just kind of in a phase where I was like, yeah, fuck them, And
no, and that's what, like, that's the part, because I didn't read the book. I didn't look up anything. All I saw was these like viral videos of like, let them theory, let them theory, let them theory. And I'm like, what the fuck is,
I know, it
what do
starts to get
you,
annoying too.
well, sure. And like, of course, it's like a repackaging of like control, what you can control versus what you can't control. It's a repackaging of like learning how to do boundaries, but that's what she does really well. She takes a concept that's already out there, repackages it in even like more simple terms, and then makes it so unbelievably relatable that anyone, like, she's a genius at that. And, that's her superpower. But I mean, that's on me. I just didn't look into it very much. And I thought when I just heard let them, I didn't know about let me. I was just let them, let them, let them. And I was like, this is going to create fucking psychopaths out here saying that, oh, well, everyone just let them, like, they're the it was very much like they're the problem of like, and that was maybe just how I was interpreting it through people on the internet talking about it. Like, I didn't go to the source. That was on me. Like, I didn't until you sent me that, and I was like,
with the internet. The problem with the internet is that, like, if there was no internet, maybe 6 million people wouldn't have bought the book. So it's the beauty of the internet. Yeah. But also, people would, let's say 1 million people that have bought it or whatever it would be, they would read it all the way through and understand very quickly, like, that it's not that. So if you're just getting short form clips of anything, it's a good reminder that you don't really know what the thing is until you actually dig in. So it's a kind of a dangerous side of the internet, just a side note, but
that's true. And like, I wasn't approaching it with curiosity, and I didn't really care to. I was like, whatever, I don't need this.
Yeah, you're like, this is like, another thing, whatever.
Well, it came off very much of like people like with like strong victim mentalities were like, yes, this one's for us. Like, that's what it felt like. And I was like, ew, I don't want any of this. But all that to say, I listened to the podcast, and it talks about like, let them is like step one of just let someone be who they are. Don't try to control or judge or impose your own ideas and things like that. And then the second part is let me of like, what is in my control is my response. How do I want to respond? How do I want to approach the situation? Like, what can I do in this situation that, do I need to walk away? Do I need to like give them a hug? Do I need to, you know what I mean? So, and I think that it was very, synchronistic. I don't know. Word.
For the timing.
For the timing of like doing this, because I knew I wanted to talk about holiday stuff, and then, watch that, and I was like, oh, duh.
Pretty good. It's a good one. I would listen to that if you're having any fears or anxieties or just anything. Like, not even, it doesn't even have to be fear, but like, just being overwhelmed at all, and like hearing someone break it down like that, it does feel really manageable, and you're like, oh, like, I can be in control of my own emotions. And
I mean, it could even be like you have a strict bedtime, and if you don't go to bed at that certain time, like, you're like a horrible person the next day. But the family likes to stay up late and party. Like, that could just be like you being like, guys, I need to peace out this time, and they're gonna say, oh no, don't leave. No, we love you. Take, or if they're drinkers, take the shot. And you can be like, I love you. And I love me. So I have to put myself to bed. Thank you. Peace. Good night.
Yep. One of mine I'll use because it's like not, it's a softie. But when I've talked about this on one of the episodes we caught up on, but when I travel to the East Coast, it fucking rocks my world, guys. And that's just a thing I have to accept about myself. I try my best to do a bunch of things to prep, but sometimes we fly with the dog, which adds a whole layer of stress. Sometimes it's just a lot. Okay. Once I get there and I'm rocked, my capability to showing up the way some other people are showing up in the room is just not doable for me. And it makes me feel, it has in the past made me feel really bad about myself, because I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm not having fun.
And you're like, and then it's like, I only see these people once a year. They're expecting this from me. I don't want them to be upset with me. What if they feel like I don't like them because I'm just tired? And it's just like this little Rolodex of things that just go.
And there's a party every night, and I haven't seen those people in 2 years. I gotta go. I gotta stay up. I gotta drive. Oh my God. I've done it for 4 years. Like, I simply have learned my lesson the last year. We had to stay a whole extra week because I got the virus, the norovirus.
Yeah. Oh my God,
And
I remember that.
I know my immunities were so down, and so were Connor's, and no one else got it except for us because we're just freaking, pushing ourselves. And I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. So, I'll probably go for less days this year. I'm probably going to have to just say, this is what it is. I got to go downstairs. I got to take a nap. I got to sleep in at this time. I got to take some of the pressure off myself to just be this, person. Just because people haven't seen me in a while, I can't do it to myself, because then I'm literally ill for 2 weeks after. The start of my new year always sucks. I resent the situation, and it's like, okay, if I just list the things that are just reality here, like I chose to move out to California. I know everyone loves me. I know that this is how I feel when X, Y, and Z happens. I'm just going to adjust what I do. And if it rubs people the wrong way, that's the let them part. I can't control that part. I can't do
Disappointment is
anything.
a part of the human
I can't.
experience. Let them go through it.
And that goes back to being misunderstood, and that's the whole point. I
Yeah.
don't want to be misunderstood people think that I don't care. I don't want to be there. I'm flaky. That's not it. That's not what's happening in my heart, but I'm not gonna also go there. And like, the most annoying thing ever, Nina, is when people over explain themselves also. So it's like, you don't show up to the party and you send them this long text like, I'm so sorry, I'm just jet lag, I don't want to get sick, I gotta protect my energy. Don't do that either.
Shut up and lay down.
That's just so annoying when people over explain themselves, and I have a history of doing that too. So all this is growth. Listening to these podcasts and books, it's very helpful to just gain the confidence to say, I'm an adult. I'm doing my best. I'm going to push myself to be at the things I can. The weddings are another one. We had like 10, 11 weddings we were invited to in 2025. Couldn't make them all. It's a really terrible, it's a terrible feeling. It really is. But what are you going to do? Go to all of them? Be broke? Be dead? Be sick?
Die? What are you gonna do?
Die? What are you gonna do?
And to piggyback off of that, like it's like the same kind of same but different vibe of like if you and you and your husband, or you and your boyfriend like have to go hit 2 different Thanksgivings, because that's like a constant problem for me of like, okay, we got to go. Like, it's not just like going to Thanksgiving for like a 4-hour dinner. Like, it's a 12-hour day of like, you're waking up early, you're getting ready, then you're going to one house, and then you're blah, 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 blah. And then you go to another house, you have the exact same conversations over again, and you're completely drained. And then like one house is going to get the better version of you, whoever gets you first. You know what I mean? And it can be so stressful. And then they're like, oh, you won't be able to be there for the whole time. And I'm like, I know you say that out of love. Like, I know you do. And like, I appreciate the love, but oh my God, I can't please everybody. And like, it's very much that. And like, no one has ever been like negative towards me in this situation, but it's just like, you feel the disappointment. I don't want to disappoint people I love, and and it just fucks with me. Disappointing people I love really, really, really fucks with me. So
me too.
The holidays can be triggering in the sense of like, I want to please people and I want everyone to be happy with me, and usually they're not.
Yeah.
And then like, God bless,
Yeah.
But like, it's never that big of a deal. Like, we get through it. I'm like, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, there's just this build up around it. I think that like, I want to like deal with better this year.
Yeah. That's a good point too. Like, if you're, we have very different situations. You're in the same city as both families, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys need to go somewhere from 10 a.m. to 2, and then 2 to 8. Maybe you guys decide, hey, we're going to go from 2 to 3 to Starbucks, and we're just going to sit in there and eat a cake pop and a hot chocolate. And you know what? No one's going to know. No one's going to know that you did that. And you guys can just sit there and laugh about what happened at the last one, prepare for the next one. Sometimes you can just sneak things in there for you, and you don't need to tell anyone you did that.
Yeah. For me, it's just like, I just know my limits with like being drained. And I just know, like, I'm going to be able to do this much time here and this much time here. And it's all love.
You know what's a great way to get out of this stuff, guys? Get a dog. I got to go check on the dogs.
You're outing my secrets.
I'm just kidding.
No,
but
no,
right?
no, seriously.
You have something, because you know what? You know why?
If you want to step up from that, have a kid. They have to come to you.
Nina, you just took my line.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it is, you know why this is a hard phase, and it feels like a lot of pressure between 24 and 30, 32, whatever you want to start, 37. There's no kids. So the parents are like lonely. We want everyone around. Pick us, pick us. And you're like dating and you like this new person and then you're engaged and then you're like, I'm sorry guys, I can't come this year. I live in California. And it's like, it's a lot of hard decisions. It's a lot of pressure and it's a lot of everything.
It's a
Once
lot
the
of
kids come
adult
around,
decisions. Yeah.
yes. Once the kids come around, it don't matter. You know, kids come first. We're having our little Christmas every year. See y'all if you want to come. If not, see you later.
Oh, I can't wait to have all the
You
holidays with my
know?
kids. Oh,
I
it's gonna be
know.
amazing.
So, you know, I'm just kind of kidding on that, but like sometimes you have to just
Just do what's
take
best for
care of
you.
you and then sometimes you also got to suck it up. There's both things happening.
Mhm.
And I think the most important thing is probably to go back to what we first said, which is focusing on the positives, visualizing the good experience because we're all very blessed and it's very easy to like get stuck on the negatives because of
Mhm.
the discomfort
Yeah,
and like
especially if you have like one family member. I mean, like this podcast isn't about this at all, and I'm not going into any more details after this. But like, there's difference of opinions that get brought up, whether it's
yeah,
political or
exactly.
it's this or
Exactly.
that
It's
and
a
the
lot.
other,
It's a
and
lot.
different families, different strokes, different vibes. But
Mhm. Or
um,
in-laws, you know? There's so many things that people deal with. It's not all rainbows and, Santa Claus sunshine. It's like, I think that a lot of people do have that and a lot of people don't. And I think that, like, um, you can just be grateful if the only thing you're grateful for that day is the hot chocolate at Starbucks, you know, at least you have that and we live in this beautiful country and you can get a treat. You can go see Christmas lights. There's so many things you can do even if you have to struggle through a hard time to be grateful for and I think that and like the visualizing of like positive things like that really helps me.
mhm. Yeah,
You
and know
know.
your limits, and you can always we are grown adults with legs and Uber
Mhm.
on our phone. We can leave at any moment. If
Exactly.
shit
You
hits
can
the
say,
fan, you just go
"Guys,
home.
I got a little tickle. I got a
Oh,
little tickle in here, and I think I need to go get a little cup of throat coat and go to bed because I don't wanna get anyone sick."
and not necessarily recommended, but if you do absolutely hit your limits, you Irish exit, you get the hell out of there.
Yeah, there you
You get
go.
the hell out of there and you go put on your PJs and you lay
Uh-huh.
in bed with your dog or
Uh-huh.
whoever, you watch a movie and you decompress.
Yes.
Or you have
Amen.
the best time ever, you never wanna leave. I don't know, there's a spectrum going on here, people, but
There's a spectrum for
it's more
sure.
of just, I wanted to talk about it and, just bring it up and just,
No, it's great.
send good vibes to people, going into the holidays of, this is a time for gratitude, this is a time for reflection, and this can also be a time of you, choosing to show up as, the best version of yourself, the self that you've been working on so hard all year because you deserve that, and then just do your best from there, and that's
Yeah.
kind of all I have to offer.
I think that's a great offering. I think it's a great reminder. I think that really helped me, honestly, thinking about it before it all begins, because I've just been like, go, 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 kind of in denial
Mhm.
that that fall went by this quickly. I feel like it was summer 2 seconds ago. So, yeah, it's coming up. And, well, let's end on this note. What are your favorite things about the
Oh my
holiday
god,
season? Like
it's, everything. But
everything,
no,
just
I
the
can
vibes, the
So,
feels.
I mean, the vibes of this is very capitalism of me, but I love a Starbucks holiday cup.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, for
something
sure. Me
that's
too.
very childhood energy from me of
There's
the cups change and I'm like, it's time.
I actually don't think that's that I mean, it is capitalism, Starbucks is, but, like, the
I
reason
get
that's okay to me is because it's a feeling.
well, yeah, they know what they're doing. They're so good at what they're doing. I know what they're doing.
They're
They got
making
me
money,
hooked.
but we're getting a
Yeah,
little hug feeling inside our heart. I support that. It's different than, like,
exactly.
going online and buying a bunch of shit on Amazon, like, I
Totally, totally.
that's not, you know, the same thing.
No, you're
Um,
right. But it's
I think it's okay to
that.
enjoy those things.
Thanksgiving, well, I'm more of Christmas
Yeah,
and
me too.
the
Think
holidays on that end.
Yeah, I think
Um,
if you didn't grow up with, like, the Thanksgiving of, like, the Kennedys where you, like, go to an estate and it's, like, the best thing you've ever had, Thanksgiving is just kinda like, "Eh."
Thanksgiving kicks it off for me. So Thanksgiving happens,
Yeah,
and then it's
yeah.
all about I love binging Christmas movies, and I drink a lot of really good red wine around the holidays because my fiance sells
Mhm.
wine. So we do a lot of, and it's just a lot of good food and cooking and everything. But my favorite things are usually we go to the botanical gardens and go to the light show, which is just the
Nice.
garden with all the lights, everything. And it's just perfectly stimulating. I love it.
Mhm.
Other than that, I I don't know. I love Christmas. I love wrapping gifts for people. Like I love going Christmas shopping and then like
Too.
the wrapping of the gifts and the signing of the cards and like doing all the things. It's just so special. And I always want it to be special. The decorating and everything. Like, I don't know. My answer is literally everything. I just like to
Yeah.
lean fully into the holiday because it's just it's like I never want that childhood magic to die. I'm literally
Yeah.
dressed as Santa Claus right now. I never want that childhood magic to go away, and I know that it has to be nurtured.
Yeah.
And Christmas just feels like a magical time for me. So
It's so
that's it.
magical. I'm glad we had this conversation because sometimes too, when I'm in the throes of like stuff, I kind of forget that it's coming and then I can miss it some years. So I'm super down to like embrace it a little bit more this year. And like I will say for anyone that's like a little younger, if you're listening and you're younger and you are like in a shared apartment with roommates still and all that, like something to look forward to is once you have your own space, this was the last few years, it's been really fun for Connor and I to like go buy Christmas lights and start those things and build up our thing and get a tree and do it
Yeah.
all. It's really special and it's like makes you really excited for like just I don't know, like having traditions of your own. And I agree with everything you said. I love wrapping presents.
Do
I
you
love
have a
giving
tradition?
presents.
Do you have any
Um,
traditions yet?
let me think.
Because I have a good one, and I think everyone should do this.
I don't know if we do yet. We've been a little jarred having to do the East Coast thing, honestly.
Totally. Totally.
So it's like I have this thing where it's like literally not about anyone. It's just the energetic loss I have every year with the situation we have right now is really tough. And we're not
Yeah.
quite ready to do Christmas on our own out here with anyone. And it's a lot to ask to have like people come out to LA and get a hotel room on Christmas. It's just so we're in this weird thing where it's just like the reality of accepted. I just have to keep adjusting to like how many days we go, all the things I have to do to make it like workable and more enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
But like so far, it's just also letting Connor be like hang colored lights and things that like I wouldn't pick out
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
I like white lights and I like aesthetics, but it really makes him happy. So far, that's what I'm, learning to let them.
And I love that. So, and I have, because I'm the same way with like the lights, the decor and stuff. But when it comes to the tree, I grew up with a colored light tree. Sam grew up with a colored light
So
tree.
did Connor.
And so there's no other option for us. Like it stands out
Respect.
like the sorest thumb in the house but it's like, nah, it's gorgeous. So we always have a colored light tree. Everything else is very like red, green, warm white lights type thing. But one of our traditions is Christmas ornaments. Like we collect them. Like we'll buy like maybe 2 or 3 every year. Like if we're at some like, or if like, we travel throughout the year, we'll like pick up a Christmas ornament. So like all of our Christmas ornaments like have like we're like, oh, we got this one here, we got this one here.
Why haven't we been doing that?
It's so sweet, dude. But then our tree only has 10 ornaments because we're like, we'll collect
just started.
Well, yeah, we started like maybe 3 years ago. And
well,
like,
why don't you guys ask your parents for like 10 each of yours? They can give them to you now.
We got a couple from them, but like we want to collect them. So like our tree, it's a little bit more full this year, but like we want like throughout life that it's just going to be more and more and more, and like in 10 years or 20 years, like with like the little kids running around and stuff, it's going to be like totally like this like Mod Podge of ornaments everywhere. You know what I mean?
I love that. Okay,
So
I'm gonna copy that.
You should. I want everyone to copy it. It's so sweet.
I love that. Me and my bestie, Kate, who keeps getting a shout out, we do that to each other every year. So we have given each other an ornament.
Oh, I love that.
So I have a few of hers on my tree. And then Connor's lucky that his parents started when he was a baby the tradition of a Radco ornament every year for him and his siblings. So he has like probably 15, 20. Like maybe, I don't know if like how early that started in his life, but like, so our tree has like 15 Radcos, some from my girlfriend, just like, 1 or 2 that like randomly floated throughout the years to me. But like, and so it's full enough for like a little tree in our house, but like, you're so right. Why am I not doing that every time we hit a new place? We should be collecting one. That's like such a miss.
It's just fun. It's like a little like, it's almost like turns into like a little museum. Like I just don't like
it's
when
collecting like people that collect stickers or like they have something they buy when they travel to remember the thing. That's such a perfect one to do.
I know. And then it's like not like a refrigerator magnet. It's gonna be like ugly in your fridge. Like it's just like for like a month or two out of the year. You have all your ornaments up. They're all meaningful. It doesn't look like something out of like a Target ad. No offense to Target, but you know what I mean? Like
I
people
really
buy
don't like only like I don't like themed trees.
I don't either. Your tree is like
I need the white lights though. Connor has biggest fight, but I have to have white lights.
I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
No, if you grow up with nostalgia, he feels the same way. He grew up with the colored, and I'm just like,
it's tough. It's tough.
It's really tough. But the other cute thing is like my mom has all of our like homemade ones from elementary school. And so our tree is just like so cutesy and funky and funny.
Yeah.
And that's also the best. Like I didn't appreciate it growing up, but now I'm an adult. I'm like, this is I'm so glad she took the macaroni framed ornament with a picture of Joe in it. It's just so good.
Yeah. It's just like the nostalgia of it all. And like that's the magic that like we get to create now.
Exactly.
I will, like, over my dead body, let it die. And like I feel more like Halloween is Halloween. Like there's a magic there and everything. But like Christmas,
though. Christmas is like deep rooted in this country, man. I think other countries have it too, which is cool. But
in Brazil they have it. But in Brazil, like the seasons are flipped. So December in Brazil is like the dead of summer, and there's
so weird.
And there's like fake snow on like the storefronts.
That would be hard. We're lucky that we have like. And like I really want to go to Germany one year during the holidays, like New York during the holidays. Like places that are like cold and like it's all out, and you're gonna see the things decorated. Like Dallas, there's like a Highland Park Village thing there. That's always just like. The consistency. You know why we like it? Because it's consistent.
Yeah, it feels good.
It feels good. You know what you're going to get.
I like to seek out Christmas bars. I like to go, maybe I'll do ice.
Things.
Yeah, a little ice skating. I don't know. Christmas shopping. Like it's just all good. It's all the great things.
It is. It's America. I love it.
That's true. And if you're Jewish, I'm sorry about this conversation.
No, they have their own things though.
No, I know. I just can't relate. And if we have Jewish listeners, like I respect it.
We're being really annoying. We're like, I know.
Whatever. This
is Christmas. It is what it is. Thanks for, if you're listening and you've listened to more than 2 episodes, like, we're so grateful for you. Like, I just have to say it right now. Like, that's our Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving. What Nina and I are grateful for this year is that. Like, honestly, I don't care if we only ever have 2 listeners on every episode.
Hey, we average about 30.
I know. And that is just mind-blowing. But even if we had 2, like, I don't care. That's just, like, it means so much. Yeah, that anyone's listening. So thank you guys. It's really like, it's pretty cool.
It is very cool. It's been like, thank you for supporting an avenue that like I've actually has made me a better person. Like I just feel so much gratitude.
And I've had a lot of great conversations out in the wild on it. I've gotten some texts about people starting the artist way. I get some DMs about things like
it's just cool. Yeah, it means so much. Like, like nothing but gratitude for all of you beautiful, beautiful people. And on that note, if you are interested in the business side of things and you are chasing your creative venture and you are doing, starting a business or anything, our friend Abby, who just released this amazing course that is like targeted directly towards you guys, and you have to check it out, abbypendergrass.com, has given us a discount code for 50% off of the already 50% off pre-sale of her course. So you would get a course that has a value of, I believe, like $1,200 for like $200. And the code is walled off, and you should really try it out. Caroline and I are going to do it. That will be like some season 2 content of us trying out the course and having Abby back on and having her critique our brands. And we're really excited about that. And I just think you guys should check it out. I mean, she's a shark. She's amazing at what she does. And like, you're never going to get a deal this good, and no one else has a deal this good. She made that directly for our listeners.
Also,
she believes in you guys.
You can trust us. You can trust us. I know Abby. Nina got to talk to her for a while. She's really great. What she's doing is really cool. She's experienced, whatever. So my advice is, even if you don't know it's really easy to be like, I'm not ready to buy that. But since you're never going to get the deal like this, maybe buy it if you have an inkling you want to do a side hustle or start a business in the next few years, because that's what I did with the Artist Way book. I bought that 3 years ago, and I was just like, I don't have the capacity to start this. Like, it's a lot. It's a whole book. It's 12 weeks. I'm already realizing how hard it is right now to keep it up. So like, I was right that wasn't the right time in my life, but it was on my shelf. And then when the right time happened, I had it there ready to go. And I know it's different because it's a few $100s or whatever it is, but it's really nice that like when you do feel ready and you feel called, you have the thing there. It's like you removed a step of like the
Some
hurdles.
resistance. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like for your future self. So yeah, we're gonna do it and talk about it.
And it's a playbook from like organizing your idea to like making money. Like this is not
really
just
great.
like get the idea together just to launch the brand. Like this is like
No,
all the
it's
way up
not
to how to organize the business, how
very
to
tangible stuff in there.
It's really good stuff. So if you have an inkling, if you got that little inspired action when we're talking about it, jump on it. There's something there. It's magic, I promise. So yeah. And we don't make any money off of promoting this. Like this is literally just this is just like
support.
something that like one, we support her, and like two, this is good shit, and like people need to have access to this. There's so much. I mean, and there's also so much out there. So you'd rather get it from us when you trust our judgment.
I'd rather have a friend recommend a therapist than just randomly show up to a therapist. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
There's so much like buzz out there about like self-help and stuff, and it's just overwhelming. Or business inspiration. Yeah, really trust this one. It's pretty great.
Yep. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Roll.
Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. This is coming out the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Yep. So have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family. Let them. And if you got to get the fuck out of the house, just leave. Okay.
Yep.
We are not going to judge
walk
you.
Out and think of 3 things you're grateful for and say them out loud.
Yeah. I love that.
That's my challenge for you.
I love it. Well, thank you, listeners. Peace and peace. Love you, C.